Hey everyone, Nick in the States here, and today I want to talk about just projects. The next one, and this is the far more interesting one, is this guy. And, you know, for anyone who's followed my enthusiasm for Chibsons, and for anyone who, you know, it stumbles on the channel and other guys that are into it, there's a cool community that we all buy up fake Gibsons, and you end up having to rip out a lot of electronics if you want to make it a fantastic guitar. Put new pickups in, maybe swap the pots out. A lot of people swap the tuners out, and you're basically kind of gutting the guitar down to the wood and the appearance, and then wiring up and setting it all up. So, and you know, I was keeping track of that, and I think Telepathic Traffic was one of the first guys I saw that said, I'm done with them because it costs too much to make them what I want them to be. And it got me to thinking, and at the same time I kind of fell in love with the 2014 Melody Maker Special. And I'd seen one in my local guitar center and been in there, and they're like 620 bucks new, and if you get them on sale they're like 550, in that range. You can sometimes find them on eBay now for under $5. And you know, so I always would go in there and pick it up, and what I like about it is it's a thin mahogany body. It's a really thin, like most Melody Makers are. It's got the belly carve in the back, but this guy is an actual arch top. And even more shocking once I bought it, this guy here, it's a full 3/4 inch maple cap, which means it's a pretty good platform. You know, a la an ESP, what, EC1000, or one of the Les Paul Les's, or the Custom Lights, that kind of stuff. It's a fun little guitar. And then there's a guy out of New Jersey called Gibson Dependable, who buys up a lot of Gibsons and parts them out. Another guy in the Stratosphere kind of does the same thing. So this guy, I believe, came out of Gibson Dependable, but I could have it backwards, for like 230 bucks. And if you compare that for how much a shipped Chibson is, it's pretty much in that same ballpark, or cheaper than mine that had one-piece bodies and all the other stuff to them. So a lot of fun, but came gutted of everything in it. So because that company can then sell all the other parts and make a lot more money than selling the guitar individually. So this is the project that's probably going to get done the fastest. And what I've opted for is a couple of GFS, what are those called? Retrotron Hot Liverpool mini humbuckers. So to kind of get that Gretchy / Rickenbacker vibe to them. I went, I think, the TNT guitars and got a Les Paul wiring kit. I cheaped out a little there. I didn't feel like spending 65 bucks. Plus I needed two because I wanted to rewire another project guitar that I built a while ago that's got some grounding issues. And I figured to just start from scratch with it on this Bulldog Bodies kit, which is a fun guitar. And anyway, so I've ordered those. I ordered the wiring harness. I picked up some Gibson vintage style tuners. They're actually the steel round bobbins, but ironically, even though these are vintage style tuners, they're the modern size drill hole. So I had to get some adjustment sleeves or whatever you call them to fit the 10mm hole. For the bridge, I've got a measure. I have a couple bridges here that I haven't put up to it, and I'm going to put a Bigsby on it. And I think I've got a single bar short Bigsby B3, which might look really good on here with a wraparound tailpiece looking thing and those pickups, and kind of will brighten it up. And the other thing with these is it's a full satin finish, but I've seen people polish these things up and actually get a pretty good shine out of the TV yellow. And I think that with the chrome from the pickups, the Bigsby, the bridge, and the chrome bobbins on the tuners will look pretty good. And I think I'll be out of it for somewhere around $400, about 400 bucks, which is a little cheaper than buying the whole thing put together. But I have a bunch. I have a handful of guitars that have two P90s in it in a normal situation. And this way, I've got, you know, a custom pickup situation, and it's and the Bigsby on it, and it's the guitar that I've lusted after. When I get this thing done, I'll go over what everything I'm doing to it. I will tell you though that this neck, and I don't know if I can show it to you, the finish on the edge of this neck is, it's like you just ran it through a bandsaw, put some frets in it, and handed it off there. It's a complete straight edge, really unpolished, lots of just it's gonna bite, literally bite you, and kind of hurt. So I'm gonna roll the edge of the fretboard a little bit, and then just like what Iso just did with his, I think a Fender neck or a Les Paul neck, but he actually lacquered the whole fretboard. And I think on this, because it's really kind of a lousy, lot of gap in the grain rosewood that they used, I think what I'll end up doing is, or rosewood alternative, I'll end up probably doing the same thing and doing some filling and either lacquering or a true oil finish, kind of like a gun stock finish on it, just to give it a little bit better feel to the hand and the touch. So that's that little guy, and should be moving quick. I've got a lot of the pickups and everything en route, the wiring harness en route, the bobbin things for the tuners en route. I already have the tuners here, so hopefully we'll turn this around out. But you know, he can be saved from being a miscreant, awful, copyright violating Chibson purchaser. It's be a fun little project. Like I say, it won't look as good as a 59 flame top real or Chibsonized, but it'll be a fun little light guitar and a great bang around thing for not a lot of money, and it'll still be a legit Gibson, so it's kind of sweet.